This could be about the story about you and how you got bitten by your cat, Steph. Because there's a pigeon and violence and a cougar. Get it? You're a cougar.
Yeah, oh my God.
Hey guys, we are giving you a bedtime story with select words. It's called the Bedtime Story Challenge.
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 The Bedtime Story Challenge.
It's the Bedtime Story Challenge. Question mark.
Bedtime Story Challenge?
Bedtime Story Challenge.
Okay, ready. You go first.
Once upon a time.
That's it?
Then you go.
That's it?
Use a word.
Okay, once upon a time, it was really sunny outside. So Mama got her baby some banana boat spray. Sunblock, I mean.
So Mommy and the baby went to the park and the baby was playing with a pigeon.
And then there was lots of racist people with guns. And there was an explosion.
There was so much violence at this park that the mum decided, let's not stay at this racist park. Let's go to the swamp. I used to.
But before we go to the swamp, let's get some candy and suck on our ring pop.
So they went to the store to get the ring pop, but at the same time, they went by a McDonald's and they met the Hamburglar there as they were getting their Big Macs.
And Grimace came along holding a baby cougar. And then David Blaine was there too, and he decided to use magic to get them out of McDonald's.
But he didn't need to use his magic because the McDonald's was playing so much rap music that they just decided to leave anyway because it reminded them too much about the violent racist park they were just at, which upset the baby. And
they lived happily ever after.
Once upon a time, there was a professional bodybuilder named Max.
And he drank lots of alcohol and played with puppets.
This was his downfall when it came to professional bodybuilding because alcohol wasn't good for his diet and neither was puppets. So he decided to get back on the right track and started to read the Bible. There's like 12 steps is religion related.
But he had a stressful day after that and started drinking heavily and stumbled upon a blowtorch.
So he was drunk, he had the Bible and the blowtorch, and then he came across a clubhouse down the road from his house.
And as he entered the clubhouse, he realized it was a clubhouse for grizzly bears.
And then he realized that he didn't have a blowtorch, but he actually had a blowgun.
And he was like, pew, 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 and he shot all the bears. And then he stole all their bread.
Which was great for him because he was so drunk, he ate the bread and sobered up. And he lived happily ever after.
The end. Once upon a time, there was the singer Pink.
She was actually a bridesmaid for her friend Purple.
But she decided to eat lots of beef jerky and couldn't fit in her dress.
So she thought that maybe she would just do some ab work on her sectional sofa for a while and see if she could lose a little bit of weight.
But as she was doing her abs, she got bit by a vampire bat.
And a bunch of coyotes.
And she started turning into a vampire, and she was like, "Rah! No!" and realized she had the power of flight, and then flew to a space station. It's hard. Keep going.
On the space station, she thought, you know what, I should still keep doing my ab work. So she still has to be this bridesmaid at the wedding for Purple. So she found some VHS tapes with old, workout videos on it.
And then she decided to snazz up her outfit by wearing some fingerless gloves.
So her weight loss was going really well, doing all the ab work.
And she was looking good with her gloves.
Looking really good with the gloves, but then on the space station she found a box of wagon wheels. And then she ate them all, and then she could never fit in her dress.
And she lived happily ever after. What's wagon wheel?
They're those little chocolate They're little chocolate biscuit things.
Oh, okay.
We have them.
Okay.
Look it up, guys. Once upon a time in the suburbs of Kentucky,
there was a hitchhiker wearing a bikini.
She was a female hitchhiker who had bought the bikini off the internet earlier that day.
And also got a bunch of sleeping pills.
Oh, it's taking a dark turn, this story. But actually, the sleeping pills weren't for her. They were for her Viking friends who lived just across the street.
And she was like, "Hey guys, you like my bikini?"
They were like, "Hells yes, friendly fish." That was their nickname for her.
And she was like, "I'm really hungry. What you guys got to eat?" And the Vikings were like, "We got nacho."
Oh yeah, that's as good as Batman's utility belt, she said. And then they lived happily ever after. Once upon a time, our hero, Darkwing Duck, was out on patrol when he started to get really hungry and was thinking, I could really go for a sandwich right about now. So he went round looking for a Subway.
But little did he know, his arch enemy, Dana White from the UFC, was standing in front of Subway. And he's like, "I'm gonna bash his brains like a pound cake."
But Dana White actually quite liked Darkwing Duck. He didn't really know why he had a beef with him. So he went, "Hey Duck, what's up? What you doing at Subway?" I mean these words, sorry, I don't know where I'm going.
but Darkwing Duck's like, "What are you up to, Dana White? Why you acting all shady?"
And Dana was like, "I'm not acting any kind of shade-like." And Darkwing Duck was like, "I don't think you're really human. I think you're one of those human-like robots. That's why I don't like you."
Yeah, and he was like, "Tell me your secret. Why is UFC so successful?" And he blasted him with truth serum.
Dana White was like,
"Oh no, truth serum.
Yeah.
I have to tell you the truth.
You wanna know the truth, Darkwing Duck?"
And then he was like, "It's flour. Flour's why the UFC is so successful." He's like, "What? Why flour?"
So Dana White goes on to explain why the flour, right? Why?
And then lasers came out of the sky and exploded him because he was really a human-like robot.
This is all you.
Keep going, you gotta go. Sit there.
What just happened?
He got blasted by lasers.
Dana did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So Darkwing Duck was like, "Yeah, I got him. He's gonna have no more UFC anymore. There's not gonna be any more Diet Pepsi drinking fighters annoying me."
And then he took a bubble bath and lined up candles all around his bathtub and it dripped with candle wax. And he lived happily ever after.
That was a really bad story.
No conclusion.
He was so excited about it though. Like he thought it was like the best story he's ever told.
UFC and Dana White in it.
Like pound cake.
What's the secret? Flour?
Yeah, but I was supposed to explain why the aliens they blew him up. I forgot.